Is he gonna take? Are you gonna take off your pants?
No, why would I do that?
Okay, I got so scared. I got so scared.
Yeah, so.
All right, welcome to another episode of A Dose of Reality. You got your hosts, Mr. Still, Mr. Blake Still.
How y'all doing?
And I'm Kid Iso. And this is A Dose of Reality.
We got a special interview today. One of our really good friends, one of my really good friends, Mr. Trevor Blake. He's a tattoo artist at Kenosha Tattoo Company. And let's just kick it off, man.
Yep, long time coming for sure.
How you doing, homie?
Shit, man, I'm doing good. I appreciate you guys having me out here.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for coming.
You guys been working really hard, so, I had to get on here,
Thank you. It means a lot to us, sincerely.
I truthfully appreciate it.
Well, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
So, basically, bro, I'm a tattoo artist, and I tattoo in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I tattoo at Kenosha Tattoo Company currently. And basically, I do all different kinds of tattoos. I do watercolor, black and gray, neo-traditional. And you guys just kind of want to shoot me some questions from there.
Yeah, no, absolutely, bro. Absolutely, man.
And I do have a question for you. So, we're going to get a little bit personal and a little skin deep. I heard that you got a new tattoo. And I was wondering, would you like to show your new tattoo to our YouTube audience?
Fuck. Alright, yeah.
Zoom in on him.
Zoom in on our man.
Alright. So this is by my boy Alex Johnson. He worked with me.
Shout out.
He 24, I'm 22. This is super scabbed up right now. This was 8 hours alone. We were supposed to get this whole shoulder done. We'll get that done soon, bro. Probably, maybe in the next month. June or something like that.
We have our first striptease
Yeah.
on the Dose of Reality.
And I don't know if you want to zoom up real quick. The nipple, it was actually fully covered, but I'm really bad at healing my tattoos too. But yeah, so there you go, guys.
There it is.
Saw about
itching.
a 1.5 of a nipple today.
That was Nip Slip.
There we go.
Nip Slip Central.
Nip Slip Central. I think that, first striptease by Mr. Trevor Blake. So let's get a round
Kick it
of
off
applause
right.
for that.
Kick it off right. Kick it off right. Okay.
Let's fucking go. Good vibes.
Shit. All right, man. Let's kick it off, man. Let's kick it off with some questions. All right, we're gonna start off with some basics, man. So, when did you start your career as a tattoo artist?
I started my tattooing career when I was, professionally or unprofessionally. Professionally,
Let's just start it from the beginning, man. What came up with the idea? What, you know what I mean? The steps that you took before you became a professional.
So, first of all, let me just say this. Me and Blake, we go back a little bit. So,
we do.
He was there. I did my 5th tattoo on you, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wants to show it or not.
Which one? Which one was it?
The one on your leg.
Oh yeah, we could do that. Are we doing another
How old was
striptease?
I? I was 19.
I got a
young
Wiccan skull.
Uh-oh. Is he gonna take? Are you gonna take off your pants?
No, why would I do that?
Okay, I got so scared. I got so scared.
Yeah. So all right. So this was my 5th tattoo that I ever did in my whole life. This
still
took
really
me
nice, though.
an insane amount of time. I think it took me 5 hours because I was fucking so nervous. I drew it up in his living room and basically just
Tattooed me on my couch, man.
Wow.
Didn't have Pinterest,
Tattooed
didn't have
me on the
Google, just sent it. And I had a coil machine, which is a super loud machine,
it
the
hurt.
old school machines
so
that
bad.
stir, you know what I mean? You put the foot pedal down and it just scares the shit out of everybody.
Shit.
Bro, it was wild, man. But to answer your question, man, I've been doing this for 3 years.
3 years?
Yes, sir. Yeah, 3 years, man.
And that was but you started off obviously you were tattooing, out of your house, stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
And going places, traveling tattoo artist, and then you've been working for a shop for.
So listen, bro, I've been getting tattoos since I was 13 years old.
Right.
I was,
which is early.
This young kid that just honestly was just trying to find out who he was, just chilling with the bros, chilling with the girls, just getting kind of off the drugs and shit like that, like not really doing what I was supposed to be
Just
doing.
a little bit.
So, and as I grew up, man, I didn't know what the hell I was going to be doing. And my art teachers and everyone would always be like, yo, man, you're really good at art. Like, dude, you should do this as a career. And I was like, yeah, man, nah, I'm good. That shit's boring. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I feel you.
Like, I don't know if you okay, Blake, you've drawn. Aaron, have you drawn before?
I draw stick figures and shit. I'm not that good at drawing.
Have you ever
Like
painted or
this.
like did like anything like really like put some energy into like something like you're creating though?
Absolutely.
Because I know you make music.
Right. So yeah, definitely put energy into it.
So like, say you're making a song, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, damn, bro, like I like this song, but like I'm not gonna finish it.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not getting paid yet. You know what I mean?
Mm,
And like
interesting.
that's how I felt when I was getting like okay, like when you first started or whatever. You know,
Mhm.
that's how I felt like when I was doing like my drawings. I would draw and I'd do really good, but I'd be like, damn, bro, like I'm putting all this energy, I'm not getting no money out of it. I get like a thumbs up maybe once in a while. Like this shit boring. So anyways, I went through high school and bro, I just basically I started to just kind of to take a lot of psychedelics, bro. I started taking a lot of psychedelics. I started tripping like a motherfucker. And, like, I started to realize, like, man, I can do whatever I want with life.
Yeah.
I can take it wherever I want. And that's, I started to tattoo.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And
Oh, no, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
basically, bro, like, how this all came about was, like, it was more of like I'm gonna make music or do tattoos. I thought that tattoo artists didn't make a lot of money at the time until I met this tattoo artist and he was like, yeah, man, I'll give you a tattoo. And I said, all right, bet. And I'm 18 at this time.
Okay.
And then he was like, yeah, man, like, what you trying to get? And I said, I want to get my neck tatted. And he's like, well, that's going to hurt like a bitch. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be a tattoo artist. He's like, bro, you tweaking. And he's like, bro, everybody wants to be a tattoo artist. And he's like, you're not going to be the one. You're not going to be the one to be a tattoo artist, bro. And I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, I got talent and I'm going to do what I want. And I showed him my art and then he switched up. And he was like, nah, man, you know what? You're going to be better than me one day. He's like, I'm not going to teach you. I'm not going to be your mentor, but I'm going to tattoo you a lot and I'm going to show you the basics and I'm going to show you how to get your license in Illinois and how to legally do the shit. So I started out with my license in Illinois and I got my like machine. He helped me out like a shit ton and I just like start doing these little tats, bro. Like I was so thirsty for doing tats, bro. Like I would just get people to hit me up like, and this for anybody that like want to be a tattoo artist, like cause a lot of people want to be a tattoo artist but they don't know how to start, and like apprenticeships are really hard to get, like for real. Like apprenticeships, I went to 7 tattoo shops, bro, and I had amazing drawings, amazing portfolios, but because I was doing tattoos on the side, people didn't respect that, and they were like, oh well, you already started so I can't reteach you. So yeah, man, I basically just kind of started tattooing the homies, man, and then from there, dude, I would just start like, you know, it was weird. I would meditate. I'd meditate for like an hour and a half before I would do any tattoo. And what's crazy about it was like, I would be so calm that I would be on my 4th tat and I'd walk in the motherfucking room with like 10 people, bro. And they're like, how long have you been tattooing for? And I'm like, I just started. And they're like, how many tattoos have you done? I'm like, a couple. And they're like, I want to get a tattoo from you. I'm like, for sure. So confidence is like a huge thing, bro. But like, anyways.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I know you have a question. I was just gonna hit a little. So with the licensing procedure, I know you mentioned. So what's the whole like? Isn't it like a blood license?
So in Illinois, it's a bloodborne pathogen license, and
Okay.
in Illinois, it's about a 4-hour test. It's not easy, man. I mean, apprentices are supposed to basically go through an apprenticeship and then take this test because it's so like difficult. But because of me being tattooed so heavily, I mean, I was 19 years old with freaking face tats, neck tats,
Yeah.
hand tats, all this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm going off the fucking bottom to the top, bro. And like, dude, I like took that test for like 6 hours and I Googled a lot of that shit. I Googled it, but hey, bro, at the end of the day, I knew what I was doing. And like, bro, like, I mean, I just honestly, I prayed a lot for it, you know? I just really wish for it. Like, I'll tell people like, yo, bro, I'm gonna be a tattoo artist. Motherfuckers were like,
You manifested that shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. And like dude, all I did, bro, was like, dude, I stopped eating meat. I became a vegetarian. I meditated every day for an hour. I would do sage all the time. I would do candles. I'd get crystals. And I know it sounds goofy to some people, bro, but this is what helped me to get my mind state into a pattern of basically believing in myself. Because growing up, I always knew that I was capable of things, but I always half-assed shit. So if I was ever like trying to commit to something, I would be like, I'm not gonna do this anymore. So basically, yeah, man, I put my whole fucking life into this. I turned off my social media, dog, and I started to be a tattoo artist, bro. And people definitely fucking did not think I was gonna be, you know, in a shop at all. You know?
No, I have a comment. When you say you've only been tattooing for 3 years, sometimes I find that hard to believe, right? Because your tattoos are great. You know what I mean?
Well, thank you so
like,
much.
And I'm not even, and like, I wouldn't, I'm not saying that just because you're sitting on our couch. Like, I say that all the time. I was just recently, I was like, yo, Trevor's, top 2, and he's not 2 of tattoo artists. And I just truly believe that, bro. You really have a real talent, and because of your, personality, it's great for being a tattoo artist because you're easy to talk to and shit. It's like a whole package, plus you're good at it. You know what I mean? So 1000%. I really enjoy looking at all your art. I go on your Instagram and like I literally send people to your Instagram like, yo, this dude is great because you really are. You're good at it.
I genuinely appreciate that, dude, especially coming from you, Aaron. Like, seriously, that's fucking dope, dude.
Oh,
you need to
problem.
get tatted by me, though.
Oh, you're gonna. I told you, bro. First tat is gonna be by you. No
He
problem.
wants an Unk or the Eye of Ra. He wants the Eye of Ra.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, we talked.
Yeah. Oh,
At the
sorry.
bowling alley, we talked about it.
Okay. Y'all
Absolutely.
texting behind my back.
Oh, nah, but nah, man, dude, like, I really appreciate that, and I mean, professionally, I haven't even been tattooing full 2 years. It's gonna be 2 years in about like July, in a shop. So.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, bro. I'm super excited because one thing that made me love tattooing were people.
Absolutely.
Bro, like, dude, when I first started tattooing, I like go meet people I never met, and I'm like, yo, this is gonna make me like vibe with people, and it did. And like putting something permanent on somebody, and like the adrenaline rush. Like the first time I did a tattoo, bro, I promise you I wanted to throw up, cause it's permanent. You're like, it doesn't seem that extreme, but bro, I promise you, Blake, he tattooed me.
I did.
That's crazy.
I would show it, but
we'd
it's on
show
my
you,
thigh.
but
It's on my thigh
yeah.
right now. I mean, if I have a chance, dog, I'll roll this fucker up like all the way. But he did. He tattooed my thigh. I actually let a couple of my really close friends tattoo my thigh, and like, they are not tattoo artists, and they fucked me up. It didn't hurt like a bitch. But I'll tell you what, I love having people try it out because it's not something that you can do every day.
Well,
I got super nervous in the. I don't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Real quick. Yeah, no, I got super nervous when I was doing that, man. And then halfway through, I was like, it wasn't that like I was giving up. I just know. I'm sitting there. I'm like, bro, are you all right? Like, is it hurting? And you're like, yeah, it fucking hurts like a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, it hurts so bad. But he's sitting there with
shit.
yeah, he's sitting there with a straight face, and I'm just like, and then I finished up like what I was doing, and then like just signed my initials. So I capped it off like that, but it's still there. It's not completely faded. So yeah, man, wherever you go, I'm there with you.
So question. So, how many tattoos do you have, and which one is your favorite?
Bro, Jesus Christ.
I know. I really.
Oh my god.
Know.
I mean, dude, I'm not like even where I want to be at. Like, I want to be like fully covered. You feel me? Like, obviously, the viewers know now that I don't have my stomach and the rest of my chest.
Right.
So in June, I'm getting my rest of my chest. And
Okay.
And your back too. You don't have anything on your back, do you?
No, and in August, I'm getting my stomach. So I mean, bro, like shit, man. I mean, maybe like. I don't know. I mean, I got full sleeves.
Yeah,
I got a bunch
sleeves?
on my thighs. I got this big old tat right here. I got a tat over here. Like I said, my thighs and my hands, my fingers, my face, you know. my throat, obviously, my neck, my chest now. I'm working my way up, bro. I'm only 22. I think maybe probably in the 50s or something.
That's crazy. Wow, that's awesome.
How many times have I sat through a painful session? Jesus Christ. I don't know.
Oh, man. Which one was the most painful?
Dude, I mean, it's so weird because, like, I don't know, man. If anybody's watching this right now and you got a fucking big tattoo, I'm gonna tell you, like, you can relate because what happens is, like, you get a really big tattoo and you're like, dude, this is terrible. Like, bro, I'm gonna tap, but you breathe through it, you get through it, and you're good. And then, dude, like, 2 weeks later, you don't remember what it felt like. And you're like, I want a new one. And then that's the most painful. I would probably say my throat. That bitch hurt like a motherfucker. Because, like, dude, whew.
It's very sensitive.
I, like, left my body at that one because, like, dude took 5 hours on my throat, so. But my chest, man, yo, Alex, you hurt me, bro, but I fuck with you, dog. You blessed me with a nice piece, man. But
No, yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yo, you guys, my chest hurt so bad, bro. No bullshit. I was, like, sitting there like this and shit, and I'm like, dog, like, this is insane. I can't believe I do this to people. And I do this to people for money, bro. Like, I literally hurt people for money, but it is so worth it because they love it, you know? Like,
obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
So, like, that's definitely can be a very intimate, time. Like, you know, tattooing. So kind of just get into, like, how that interaction is when you're tattooing somebody, just kind of that whole little process from, you know, when they come to you, you know, and say, hey, I want a tattoo by Trevor.
I mean, honestly, like, we do consultations.
Okay.
Consultations are a must because people, you know, will text us and they'll be like, you know, and I say us because I'm kind of talking about our shop, you know, and as artists in general. They will be like, hey, I want a tattoo. I want to get a tattoo on my, or, you know what they'll say? They'll be like, I want a medium-sized tattoo. How much? And I'm like, a medium-sized tattoo? Dude, this isn't McDonald's, bro. Like, just come in for a consultation. And so...
especially when people are all different sizes, bro. It's
like dude, because, like, people would be like, yo, like, I had this dude, like, dude, he was, like, fresh out of prison, bro. He did, like, 35 years, man. And he had, like, a terrible tattoo on his back, bro. Like, he had gang tattoos all over his back. He was a great guy, like, super genuine. But he was, like, super trying to, like, I mean, honestly, I never say anything bad about anybody, but honestly, in my opinion, he was a little bit trying to lowball me, bro. And he came in there and he was like, man, how much for my whole back? And mind you, this dude's, like, fucking 6'8". And he's swole as shit. And he's a giant back, bro. And I'm like, dude, honestly, I'm by the hour, bro. It's like, and I'm thinking, like, maybe, like, 7, 8, bro. But it's just because I'm trying to cover that up for you, bro. I'm trying to do you solid, bro. Because I know artists that'll do over 20K. And he's like, $7,000? Bro, that's fucking tax, bro. And I'm like, what? And we ended up doing our first session. Motherfucker never came back, bro. But, like, you know, not like motherfucker, but, like, you know, like, it's just kind of like I booked him out and then he blew me off and then so it's like it all depends, bro. But like, what was the question again? I kind of got lost in that.
I was just asking what was like the
process of the
process,
consultation.
yeah.
Okay, so basically, like, say Aaron, you want a tattoo for me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You come into the shop, you like, yo, Trev, I want a tattoo. I'm like, yo, what's good? What you want to get? And you're like, yeah, bro, I'm just honestly thinking about like maybe getting like a portrait of my mom. And I'm like, all right, bet. So it's by the hour. So it's $150 an hour. And it all depends on the size you want. And I'm going to tell you about like 4 to 6 hours. That's basically it. And then if I feel like you have a good vibe, you know, it is what it is, then you leave a deposit with me. You feel me? So it's like, absolutely. And then from there, you book the appointment, deposit goes towards your appointment, and then you come in. And then I tell you, like, yo, Aaron, don't drink before the night or before your tattoo because...
No energy drinks?
No caffeine. We don't recommend caffeine. Sometimes people can drink caffeine and they will not bleed excessively. But when people drink energy drinks, bro, dude, they're like bleeding like they're fucking drunk. And
this
I'm like,
motherfucker probably bleeds like a
biatch. He does, dude. And
fucking
like
bangs every fucking
he
day.
He does.
Bro.
And you know what, man? Like, honestly, bro, like it's all up to the person. Because like, dude, people are so weird. Like, people's skin, like, I never knew this, but until I started getting like seriously into tattooing, I never knew that people's skin were so different. Some people have really thick skin. Some people have really thin skin. And it's not just age. Like, dude, I've tattooed a 100-year-old lady This lady was 100 years old. She came into my tattoo shop. She got a tattoo previously. She was 98. And she basically was in a wheelchair. And I guess she's very well known about, Kenosha. And bro, dude, she got a tattoo from me and she got 100 GDI, which means 100 goddamn it. And I actually made the newspaper in Kenosha for that. And dude, I'm telling you, bro, I've never met a 100-year-old lady that was so sweet and so kind, and like was like all the way there. It was insane. Like she came with 8 people, bro, and they're most of them were relatives, and like the way that she was talking to me, bro, it was like, dude, she was like, the older ladies like the younger men. And I'm like, yo, you're fucking lit, bro. Like
a whole 80 years older.
It's funny because you're gonna help me be like a official part of my family, because on my dad's side, everybody's had it except for me. So you're definitely gonna allow me to be a official part of my dad's side of the family. So I'm definitely excited to get my first hat from Mr. Trevor here.
Thanks, bro.
You have a question?
Yeah, let's jump in, man. Let's hit a pretty powerful question for me. What, bro, makes you feel inspired or like your best self?
What makes me inspired or feel like my best self? I don't want to waste my time. I think time is the most important and valuable thing. When 3 years ago, I didn't have a lot of money. And I'm not saying that I'm very wealthy, but, I've been blessed with a lot of valuable things. And I think that money can consume somebody and make them materialistic and lose themselves. And I think the most important thing, bro, is your time. And, bro, like, my time, how I use it, is very important to me. And, like, every day, even if I'm not feeling it, bro, like, I'll go into my tattoo shop and I'll do a tattoo on somebody, and I will just try my hardest to just honestly just make their day. And it's not me faking it, it's just me being like, looking at like a mirror or something, like looking at myself through somebody else. You put in a permanent mark on somebody, so I just look at people like they're me and I'm them, and I'm like, I gotta show you the time of day, because if I don't, what's the point of doing this shit? It's not for the money, bro. I don't do tattoos for money. And I love doing tattoos on people because, like, bro, I can't even tell you how many times I've tattooed people that, like, have lost their 10-month-old kid, 4-month-old daughter. And they come in and they're like, this is the day that my daughter passed away a year ago. And they're getting a cremation tattoo, which is when we take a small amount of ashes and we put into the ink. And it's like, you do that on somebody, bro, and they're crying in front of you. And you're like blessing them, bro. And it's like, and they're like, I love it. And you just, dude, like, bro, I can't describe it. Like, you just feel like you did something. So, like, you can give somebody $100 and you'll be like, yeah, I'd help somebody. But I don't know, man. It just makes me feel like it's worth living.
It seems like it's in a very emotional process when you're tattooing somebody, and as of course it is, because it's permanent, and that the fact that you have such a consciousness of that is great to see, because obviously tattoo, what is the second word? Artists. We're all artists.
Yeah.
And putting your art permanently on somebody, it's like putting out an album permanently for the world to hear and shit. And the fact that you have so much passion and like just real love for the art is just great to hear, because it's really like what somebody who never got a tattoo wants to hear from the person that's tattooing them type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So honestly, that was just powerful listening to like that, how it feels for you on that side, you know?
Yeah, it's very admirable that you're not doing it for the likes kind of situation. I feel like a lot of people are doing it for the publicity. I would have never thought that you were. I literally 95% of my tattoos on my body are from you, and I don't go to anybody else for that reason. And then the 2 that I have before you is because I didn't know you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, man, and that it's always a powerful session, man. Definitely.
You know, back in the day, getting tattooed was a spiritual experience. You know, doing tattoos on people is like honestly like it's like, bro, shamans used to be able to do tattoos and nobody else. I think people kind of like mainstream tattoo artists nowadays, but a lot of us that have been doing this, I look up to the old heads and I have respect for the people that have been doing this for years.
Right.
Because honestly, bro, like you will find, like if you go to a tattoo convention or something like that, bro, like you will see the culture is very spiritual. Like, bro, we are very spiritual people. Like we don't do this stuff for, I mean, some people do this shit for clout because you can get really big on this shit. But at the end of the day, dog, like, dude, I mean, I'll sit here and I'll tattoo somebody and they'll be in so much pain they'll start crying. And I'm touching that person for 5-6 hours. Like, how do you think I feel after that? I'm not going to go too deep into it, but, like, if a tattoo artist is watching this or anybody that has done tattoos, you will definitely know, like, how I'm feeling. Like, you have to almost numb yourself to it. Like, literally, bro. Like, if you don't numb yourself to somebody else's pain, you honestly can, like, get tense about it. You'll be like, I'm sorry. But, bro, dude, they're paying you for it. They want it. And then at the end of the day, it hurts. Boom. Next day, it hurts a little bit less.
And they love
it. Week later,
yeah.
Over. You don't feel it no more. And guess what? I tell my clients all the time, bro. Motherfuckers come in and they're like, or my clients come in and they come in like, yeah, man, how much for this? And I'm like, well, it's gonna be probably about $2,000. And they're like, $2,000? It's a little steep, bro. I'm gonna go see what's up. And I'm like, bro, you want black and gray realism, bro? Like, that's not easy. I'm gonna put my time in, but you are more than welcome to go to another artist if you want to. But you let me know if you want to come back, okay? But I tell them, you can go buy $2,000, put a $2,000 payment on a car, and go total that fucking car that same day. But you put $2,000 on a fucking tattoo, bro, you're gonna die with that shit. It's not jewelry. It's not a car. It's not clothes.
It's permanent.
So why don't you not want to pay for good art on your body?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't make sense to not pay for the best artist to do good art on your body because, like you said, it's permanent. And if you want to get, and even if you get somebody who can tattoo over it, I'm sure it's more when they tattoo over it because they have to do more.
Won't even do that.
And a lot of artists won't even do that.
They don't. And I mean, I even sent you one of my I do cover ups.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Absolutely not.
Fixing people's fuck up shit is not easy. And I got fucked up tattoos too. Yeah. I do. I got a tattoo when I was 13. I had a half sleeve, this whole thing. That's why I was 14, 15, 16. I can tattoo circles around this shit. But it's on my body forever. And it's just like, I'm not going to get rid of it. I might have to touch
it's memories. It's memories.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's where you started.
So I'm going to basically like just, honestly, bro, like, just, do some touches on my arms, but I'm going to keep getting my body tatted because, like, I love getting tatted, bro.
They left me to do it, so a nigga did it right. I'm a god, I'm a pharaoh, I'm with vicious, he not pharaoh or destroyer, I'm his hero. Got a 6-piece wing from Harold's, I need mouse sauce on that bit. I got saucy with my drip, I got spoons that never slip.
Since we're bringing it back,
yeah,
I'm gonna bring it back.
Okay, rewind.
Oh, bring it back!
Yo, you got me too fucked up today. Shit. And I say that.
Bring it back, Blake.
As I sip my beer too. What's good? Go ahead.
All right, so we're gonna bring it back.
This has to go in there.
Attention levels. Let's get it. So yeah, man, that was loud. I just want to bring it back to Deli Source, man. What is now La Perry.
Wait, hold on a second. Did you just say that the Deli Source is the Perry?
Is now La Perry, the company La Perry.
What the hell happened to the Deli Source?
They got outbought by La Perry, so it's actually funny. Like,
is that another cheese company?
Yeah, it's from Wisconsin too. So well,
who the fuck is selling all this cheese in Antioch?
We'll get into it a little bit. I'll talk about it a little bit.
The wrong business,
so
bro?
the person that owned
What the fuck?
All right, we done? All right.
Good.
So the person that owned the business, Deli Source, get it out, bro. You gotta get it out. Just get it out.
Oh shit!
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on here. Yeah, bro. Y'all just.
Whoa!
That cheese
Bro, that
shit
shit hurt my shit.
Yeah.
Stop! It's not that serious.
It's not funny.
I'm sorry.
Alright, bro. Alright.
I don't know why, but I just thought that was so funny.
Alright, so Deli Source bought out by Le Perry. I'm not even gonna, talk about. Damn, bro. What the
Aaron, you could have made me fucking throw up.
Oh shit!
Alright, new rule. Everybody has to be straight when they get on camera now. New rule.
No, it's not that.
Oh shit!
I don't even know what just happened. We just
That's
had
funny as fuck.
Sometimes you just have the giggles.
The Perry and the
Yeah, no. I'm gonna recap it one more time if anybody forgot. So Le Perry bought out Deli Source. Deli Source is a cheese factory that your boy Trevor and I we worked at for a little bit.
And to think we're gonna go to the gym after this. Go ahead, buddy.
All right, bro. So I just wanted to take it back. Couple steps, couple of years. We used to work at a cheese factory.
We did.
Trevor and I, and
What did you do at the cheese factory?
well, okay. So I'm bringing it back. So I was a machine operator and a line leader, and Trevor was working on the line. But I don't even think I became line leader when you were still working there. But regardless of the fact, just to talk a little bit about, Le Perry had bought out Deli Source. Not going to talk shit about Deli Source or Le Perry, but I am going to do exactly what they do with their employees, which is they can't say anything bad about their employees if they leave for a reference, but they can say things that are borderline. Okay. So that place fucking sucked. It was a
Wow.
oh no, it's borderline. That's borderline, bro. No names. They're just very unfair on how they treat people, and they'll tell you themselves that their company is a revolving door. They bring people in, bring people out. They hire drug addicts, the whole nine. So
jeez, you just buried fucking Le Perry or Deli Source.
no way. They fired me, so screw them.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just wanted to bring it back because I feel like that's where it started, like with our friendship, our relationship, man. And, even meeting you then, Trevor, was an experience, man. Because even though you and I were both going through some times and had our own stuff going on, the character stood out immensely. Your character stood out immensely. Yeah. And
I was that motherfucker that came in and I was like, yo! And everybody was like, shut the fuck up, it's 5 a.m.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And then and not only that too, dude, I remember times that we were sitting there and it was you, me, and then one other person we're not going to speak of because that person is also on my yay nay list. And we were just singing and stuff like that, and line leaders were coming up to us, telling us to shut the fuck up.
You were singing?
So bro,
Lord.
basically
we were having a great time.
Y'all were a little quartet and shit?
We didn't always sing, but when we did, we sang
beautifully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm not gonna do it again.
Whoa, hold on. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Don't ever fucking do that shit in my presence again.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah,
listen, it was actually really dope because me and like 4 other people would do it, including Blake.
If somebody hits the auto-tune on that, it might sound a little better.
If you've ever seen a group of people that are all different types of races, heights, and fucking body fucking weights, and they're all just in these frocks and these little hair caps, and you're like, you got little yellow shoes on to cover your shoes, and you're literally your job is to drop cheese onto a board, or bag cheese, bro. Yeah. And then out of nowhere, you just hear some fucking dude like he's out of the fucking cut, and he's like,
gents.
And then like everybody does it, and you're just like, and then everybody looks at it, it's like, shut the fuck up, and you're just and you're like, oh yeah, they don't like it. This is so funny because like,
no, it is funny, man. No, they didn't.
Because they didn't enjoy what they do for a living, and that's like.
I feel like it was deeper than that. It was deeper than that. I feel like they just didn't like other people enjoying. They didn't like other people enjoying their time, even though you know what I mean. We were all having a terrible time working in this very.
Have you ever
factory.
been to the DMV?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Have you ever walked into the DMV and randomly started laughing? Everybody's gonna look at you like they want to fucking stab you.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it was.
Of course, bro, because, I mean, you even said it yourself, man. You sit there,
Nobody
you got
fucking wants to hear
little-
somebody having a good time when you're dropping cheese for a living.
you got little kids running around, screaming, yelling, and then you got, the parents sitting there not giving a shit. And, yeah, of course, it was just, that was the deli source in a nutshell. But yeah, man, I just wanted to bring it back because, we got a little off tangent there.
Well, that's where I started, and I think where Blake was trying to go with this was basically I was in that motherfucker and I was struggling, and I said one day I came in there and I said, "Hey, you guys, how long do you guys want to be dropping cheese?" And they said,
No, so Trevor came up in there.
Hold on.
No, literally, Trevor.
I said, "How long do you guys want to be dropping cheese?" And they said, "Shit, man, I'm just doing this until I can get my weight." And I said, "You know, I'm gonna be a tattoo artist." They said, "Yeah, fucking right, bro. You should just keep this job until you start doing what you gotta do."
So,
And I said, "Well, I don't really think I should do this anymore because I want to start doing tattoos." And they said, "Well, you just keep this job, bro." I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna quit tomorrow." And they're like, "What?"
no, Trevor walked in. He's made it so nonchalant right there. This was the situation. So everybody that's been working there, a lot of people, a couple years plus, some people, generations of people working there and their family. I mean, literally, Trevor walked in there on some real shit, and he said, "You know what, man? I'm going to quit." And yeah, a lot of people were like, you should definitely find a new job before you quit. You should be sensible. You should figure this out. And Trevor said, "No, screw that. I'm going to go follow my dream."
Absolutely.
That's literally how it happened. I was standing right there. I'm like, you know what? And people were laughing about it. People were laughing about it.
Always,
and those
they always
same
do.
fucking people that were laughing
What
are
they
probably
do right
still
now.
working at that deli source, bro.
Yeah, man.
Hating their life, man. And it's just crazy to look a few years back and then just now see that the physical body caught up with the mental spirit. So I just wanted to bring it back to that because, I mean, like I said, that's where you and I met. That's where we shared things.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, bro, I felt like right off the bat, bro, I felt like I could share a lot with you.
We were both like in dark places at the time.
But I mean, even though we were both in dark places, and a lot of people that are in dark places, it doesn't
Those
mean...
are like the greatest times, though.
But it doesn't mean that like people can just start sharing with each other off the bat. I felt like I was like fully transparent, and you were talking to me about things, and we were just talking, bro. We would go on breaks together, and we'd hang out, man, and we'd whatever.
Just chop it up and shit.
Right, bro. Didn't even know each other, man, and still just felt like, you know what I mean? I knew you for years before we even started talking, so that definitely... I just definitely wanted to bring it back to that because it just really goes to show the character and the motivation and how, like I said, man, the mental spirit caught up with the physical body, and now we're here, man.
Can I ask a quick question about
sure.
that?
Yeah.
So how are you, like, can you walk our audience kind of through how you were able to have that confidence in yourself to just say, I'm gonna do this, and nobody's gonna stop me? What were the things that helped push you through that time? Because I'm sure that, of course, that's not easy. Just saying, fuck it, I'm gonna follow my dreams and take this leap of faith. That's not an easy thing to do when you have a steady, comfortable little income. So how were you able really to take that step and say, fuck this, I'm gonna do, what I want to do, follow my dreams?
As a young man, I was going through a lot of legal obligations. I don't want to put too much out there, but I was going through stuff with the law, and I didn't have a car at the time, and because certain stuff was going on, and man, dude, I was like hating my life, bro. Like I was like literally, I'd be like going home, and I just get high, and then I get high all night.
Be specific though. You were smoking weed, nothing crazy.
Yeah, no, just smoking weed. But I'd get really high, and I just stare at the stars, and I just like look into the abyss, and I'm like, what's my purpose? And I'm like, there's 8 billion people in this world, and like they're all around me, but it's so crazy how I feel like I'm so alone all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And what was so weird about it was like, man, it's almost like my own little movie I got going on. And it's like I'm the main character. And it's like, how am I going to play this? Because I fuck with people, but I just, every day I go to work or I go to do these normal jobs, I feel like nobody really cares. And, you know, you get that feeling in, like middle school, like, you fuck with people, but they start not fuck with you in high school, and then you really start feeling it. You're like, damn, separation, everybody got their own egos, people getting their own personalities. And then as you get older, you're like, all right, if you don't go to college, bro, you go straight to work. Once you do that, dude, you're 18 with 40, 50-year-olds. And then you see the future, like, for real. And you're like, fuck, man.
That's not what I want.
You're like, just because somebody gets older does not mean that life gets better.
Yeah.
And I would just remember that, bro. And, like, I'd go to work, dude, like, 5 in the morning. And I'd just, like, clock in. And I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to make the best of today, bro. I'm going to fucking try my hardest to get this shit done. And, like, just putting my fucking all for this job that, like, I didn't even really care about. But I just really was just trying to make a point to, honestly, myself, bro, that I was not going to sit at the house and just not do nothing. And I did. And it was cool. But eventually, I was like, you know what, bro? Like, I got to do something. And you know what's funny? I walked in there and I told everybody, I said, hey, I'm going to be a tattoo artist. Everybody told me not to quit, whatever. And it was like this little voice in my head that said, Trevor, stay. But there was such a lot of voices like, get the fuck out of here. Like, dude, this is not you. You're so much better than this. And I walked out, bro, and I didn't pick up tattooing. I went to Menards. But that was my last job.
Right.
And I was pushing carts at Menards.
You said something about there was a little voice in your head telling you not to do it. And I wanted to just reflect on that for a second and say that was your brain going into overdrive. Your brain is literally here to protect you in every way. So, I don't know, obviously you've heard of the 5-second rule.
It's more like a survival instinct, I think.
Right, but it's to protect you in a survival way. So what I'm saying is that I don't know if you've heard of the 5-second rule. I'm sure you've heard of the 5-second rule. It takes 5 seconds for the average person to sit there and, like, perfect example. Your alarm goes off. You're about to wake up. It takes you 5 seconds to process if you're going to hit that snooze button or not. Yeah. It takes you 5 seconds. So every decision that you make in your life takes you about 5 seconds. So that little voice in your head was telling you, no, don't do that. But you've already tricked your brain within those 5 seconds to overrule that protection mechanism to then quit. Which you did. You walked out.
I think, bro, like, honestly, this sounds crazy, but, like, dude, I'm not condoning any kind of drugs at all. But, dude, I did acid, and I did this trip, and the trip basically kind of taught me, like, how precious, like, the present is. Mm-hmm. And when I did that, I kind of, like, had, like, a spiritual death. And then I had realized, like, I can do whatever I want. And then when I realized that, bro, like, it wasn't like somebody, like, a teacher or somebody telling me, like, hey, you can do whatever you want. It was like I combined it with everything that I was and everything that I wasn't. And I realized, like, dude, I can do whatever I fucking want here.
Absolutely.
And when I found that out, bro, it was like the denial in my mind was, like, my worst enemy. Like, sometimes yourself is your worst enemy, bro.
Absolutely.
You battle with yourself more than anybody else, dude.
Your ego, especially.
Your ego, dude. Your ego wants to fucking... EGO, edging God out, bro. Like, literally, it wants you to program. You know, and, like, for my life, I'm not trying to get too deep in it, but, like, in my life, bro, that was a big thing for me, bro. Because I always, like, breakdance, whatever. Anyways, I'll do a lot of different shit, but... when I got to the deli source, that was a stepping stone. And when I got to Menards, that was, like, my last thing. It was like being in a bad breakup, right? Yeah. Like, you get with an ex that, you know, treats you like fucking shit. And you're like, damn, yo, this girl, like, she fucked me over so much. But, like, damn, bro, the good outweighs the bad. I'm gonna fucking give her another chance. Yeah. And then you give another chance. And, like, the last chance you give her, bro, is, like, so bad. You're like, I'm fucked.
And that was a 9 to 5.
That was Menards.
That was a 9 to 5, right?
So, and go ahead. Keep going.
I was just gonna say, bro, like, I was pushing cards, bro. And, like, I was doing that for, like, 7 months. And I remember, bro, like, I did the same thing. I walked up to these people every day. And I said, how you doing? And they'd be like, good. I'm like, no, like, how are you doing? And they're like, bro, they stopped stalking. They're like 40 years old. They're like, I'm all right. What's going on? And I'm just honestly wondering, like, how are you feeling? Like, how are you feeling today? Like, what's going on in your life? And then out of nowhere, I remember this one day, I asked this like 40-some-year-old dude, and he was like, he looked at me and he was like, honestly, man, like, I'm going through divorce right now. And he's like, my kids are not in my life, and I'm trying to fight for my kids right now. My kids, my youngest kid's 17, and they don't want to talk to me, and like, it's honestly kind of bothering me.
Right.
And I looked at him and I'm like, dude, if you ever need anything, bro, like, I'll circle around with my cart. But it sounds funny.
Yeah.
But that was the first time that I've ever actually tried to talk to somebody without being such a shallow piece of shit.
Right.
Because you know how many people go through life and they're like, how are you? Dude, you know what the fuck they're going to say. Good.
Right.
That's it.
But
done.
If you go...
But it's like, why do you ask people how they are if you don't really give a fuck how they are? Because most of the time, bro, people are not fucking good.
Yeah.
Unless you just got off a fucking roller coaster. Which is most of the time life. And I'm like, and I saw that, dude, and like, bro, I was like, yo, I need to do something in my life before I die that helps people. Because if I don't help people, my life is shit and I'm worth nothing. And I was pushing carts. I pushed like 30 motherfucking carts that night, and I'm like, this is so stupid. My friend Patrick calls me up, and he goes, hey, bro, do you want to get a tattoo? This guy in Antioch wants to do a tattoo. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't know if he's good, though. And he's like, yeah, man, just come with me, just meet him, check him out. And I said, okay. I went over there, and I saw him, and he was doing tattoos at his house. He used to work at a shop in Chicago. And bro, like, that's when I was talking to you guys earlier, like, he kind of started me on this journey, and I didn't mention this before, but I showed him my work, and he said, you want to take this seriously? He said, quit your fucking job. And I said, I can't quit my job, bro. I'm 18. Like, I can't quit my job. This is everything for me. Like, bro, this is my money. Like, my mom gave me fun of money. Like, I got money, like, bro, like, this is everything. He's like, bro, if you want something, you need to put your all to it. And I said, I'll think about it. Next day I went to work, and I swear to God, at Menards, they play the same songs every fucking day, dude. So I go in there, and I'm pushing the fucking cart, bro, and there's this one song. Oh my God, what the fuck was that song? Oh, dude, it was this one song, bro. Like, it was...
What are the lyrics? 2
fish bowls in a... It's like, we're just 2 fishes in a fish bowl, like a Pink Floyd song. And then there's Losing My Religion. That's the one. That's another song too. Losing My Religion would come on every single day. And it's like, and I'm losing my religion. And I would just be walking through this, and I'm like, why do I believe in this? What is this place? I'm like, dude, this is like a personal hell. And I'm like, as I scroll through these fucking aisles, like, I hate this. And what controls me? Money? No. My mind. That's the thing. People think money's so fucking evil, bro. Money's currency and energy. It's not fucking evil. The thing that makes money evil is people. And as I'm pushing these carts down the aisle, I'm like, dude, I'm totally fucking losing myself, and I'm losing my youth. Bro, I went up to everybody that day and I said, I'm going to be a tattoo artist. Guess what? They all said the same shit as LA was. And I said, keep this job.
Nobody's going to believe in you until you believe in yourself.
No fucking way.
And that's the truth of it.
Bro, and then I called out like 2 days in a row. And then like everybody said to me, where you at? Where you at? I'm like, I'm at home. I'm not coming to work. They're like, I'm not going to say her name. The manager's going to trip on you. And I'm like, whatever. So I come into work. You know, she comes up to me. She's like, yeah, so, you know, we're just going to have to cut your hours. I'm like, actually, I'm done. I quit. Here's my stuff. I'm like, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, I'm gonna do tattoo arts. I'm gonna do tattoo arts. I'm gonna do that. And they're like, good luck. No, I didn't say good luck. They were like, they didn't even say shit. They were pissed. Because you know what? I was a valuable asset in their eyes. Because I could push carts for them.
Right.
It's like, if you run a gas station and you got people that pump gas, you're like, bro, you're my life. Because you support me. And then when they leave, you're like, fuck you. But, dude, you were in a fucking gas station. Who gives a fuck?
You're replaceable for sure.
Right? So, yeah, man, I did that, bro, and I got broke as fuck. And I fucking struggled, and I did my thing. But, dude, you know what? Every day, I would write down fucking affirmations. I'd write down law of attraction. I studied the 12 universal laws. I studied law of attraction. I listened to Tony Robbins. I listened to Florence Scovel Shinn.
Shout out to Tony
I listened to Abraham Hicks. Every single day, I would start my day off with meditation. I would do stretching. I would listen to audiobooks anytime that I had a chance. I basically never watched TV, and I would draw, and I would basically just watch videos on, not tattooing, but religion. It sounds very strange, but I studied religion for a good 2 years. And I studied all types of religions. I wanted to figure basically out why I was here on earth and what my purpose was.
Absolutely.
And because I was that type of person that just said, like, I just feel like I have so much more to gain, so much more to offer. Because have you ever seen somebody on TV and you're like, dude, okay, there's two different types of people. There's people that buy concert tickets, and there's people that want to be the concert.
You are, god damn, you spitting that shit today, Trevor. Fuck, that's true.
And I've always wanted to be the concert.
Absolutely.
I've never understood why I wanted to go and pay my hard-earned money. Like, I saw this video of Drake. He goes up on the stage and he goes, I just want to say thank you to all these people because honestly, man, shout out to all the fans because these people are working their ass off at a 9 to 5 through the cold and the rain to pay tickets just to see us perform. So shout out to y'all. And I said,
That couldn't be me.
we have the same heart.
Mm-hmm.
We are all human. So why are you our God? And I said, I don't feel the same. And I never have. I've never looked at somebody that's famous and thought, you are my idol, you are my God.
Absolutely.
I've never thought that. I've never worshipped a person.
Mm-hmm.
I've only worshipped, if anything, you know, the sun, the moon, the stars, the earth. And I knew in my heart that there was so much more out there than just being like everybody else, bro. And when I started, it was hard, dude. Like, people were like, bro, like, what you mean? Like, you don't need to do this. You can just do this. Play it safe. Playing it safe is the stupidest and fucking dumbest shit you can ever do. And if you've ever watched a celebrity or anybody that's important in a fucking interview, bro, they will tell you straight the fuck up, bro. They never went to college, and they just did what they wanted to do. Mm. You do what you love, bro, and the universe will give it to you all because you are the universe.
Absolutely.
And I didn't really understand that. And then out of nowhere, it's like, I forgot if it was Jim Carrey. It was somebody that said, like, the first leap is the hardest climb. But once you're past that, everything is so much easier. It doesn't get easier, but it's faster. It's like manifesting. It's like you want to manifest a girl in your life, right? You're like, all right, I'm going to start manifesting a girl in my life. I'm going to start treating myself better. I'm going to start looking for a girl. What does she look like? Let's visualize her. Let's breathe about it. Let's meditate, okay? You start visualizing as a woman. Why are you visualizing somebody else when you can visualize yourself? You know what I mean? So law of attraction has helped me tremendously. The Secret Laws of Attraction, Napoleon Hill, Manly P. Hall. These are people that I've listened to and studied for a great amount of time. Even not to get weird, Aleister Crowley, I've really listened to him. A lot of these people, I've studied them, and I've honestly really learned alchemy and how to, really manifest your own reality. And, the craziest thing is, man, once you start diving into your thoughts, bro, you realize that you have so many deep, dark thoughts that are you never knew that you were a part of, and you are a part of such a bigger organism. And dude, it's almost like that Netflix shit, like a Black Mirror, bro. You're like, bro, life is not what it seems. And dude, I mean, I don't even know how I even got into such a deep conversation.
We were talking about Something about, I mean, even if Jim Carrey didn't make that quote, I think he might have. But even if he didn't, I mean, he played the starring role in The Truman Show, and I feel like
The Truman Show. I mean,
feel like a lot of
everything that he
people-
knew was a lie. It's almost like everybody wants you to be a part of their fucking fucked up game. But it's not that everybody's in the fucked up game. It's just most people are a part of the programming. And they want you to be a part of the program. It's like, what do you get taught when you're in school, dog? Like, you go to school, you go to college, you get married, you get a fucking picket fence, you get a fucking house, whatever, yada, yada.
And a dog.
And now we're in the 2022, so people are starting to awaken. People are starting to be more aware, and like everybody's like, "Oh, this is fucked up. This is the end of the world. The devil's coming." Like, no, bro. People are just honestly starting to wake the fuck up. If anything, those were the dark times, and this is the light age, bro. If anything, because people know now that you don't have to be fucking Selena Gomez or fucking Drake or fucking Elon Musk to be famous.
Absolutely.
You can just be you, because you know what? Nobody else is you but you. And that's your power. You're you. And that's it. So you can do whatever you want with yourself. It's like a fucking video game, bro. You're an avatar.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Elon Musk is pretty smart, though.
No, he's a fucking genius.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No doubt. I'm never dissing anybody
you threw that one in
that's
there. I'm
famous
like,
ever, bro.
he's
Ever
pretty
in my
smart.
life, bro.
But when it comes down to it, anybody in our younger viewers that have not seen The Truman Show, Jim Carrey stars in The Truman
Absolutely
Show.
Great
and,
movie.
Oh, yeah, great movie. And it pretty much is a premise of his life is a TV show. His whole life is a TV show from birth to when he wakes up, essentially, spiritually, and realizes that every day is the same day, which is also like another movie called Groundhog Day, which is an older movie as well. But every day is the same day, and he finally realizes that he does not want to be part of a life that is essentially a world-published TV show from his birth to when he spiritually woke up. So
Can I
just
say-
a backstory.
Real quick, the fact that you just said Groundhog Day is an old movie makes me feel like an old ass man.
Well, dude, it's an older movie.
It is an old movie, but that's the crazy thing.
And Groundhog Day, for anybody that hasn't seen Groundhog Day, this guy's literally living his life on repeat.
I mean,
and it's because...
I mean, I can't even imagine how many times I felt like that before I started to start moving up my ladder in my life. And once you start working for something, bro, it starts feeling the same, but it still does feel the same, because you do still wake up, because every human on this earth does Monday through Sunday. We never get a new day.
Absolutely.
We always play the same days. It's just a different year, bro.
It's an internal ambition, too, that, I mean, he pretty much is trying to
It's
fix
getting
something
spiritual in
his
this
life.
motherfucker, dog.
He's trying to fix something in his life. So, yeah, that's just the premise of Groundhog Day.
So, Mr. Blake,
Yo, what's up?
if you could turn back time and talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell him?
Dude. Fuck. It's so weird because my life has turned out like kind of, you know, like they say be careful what you wish for, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you make a wish, you know, sometimes like that shit doesn't come out like how you wanted it to, but it still comes true.
Mm-hmm.
Man, bro.
That seems like a hard question.
Whew. That's a deep fucking question. Like, 18-year-old me was like, I guess maybe just like try to be more involved with music.
Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like all of us at that age are kind of just lost, right? So, until the age of 18, you've been kind of walking a path that everybody else walks. You know, grade school, middle school, high school, get good grades, you know, be home before, you know, whatever. I mean, you don't have to, but like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what you're expected to do.
Yeah.
Once you hit that 18, it's kind of like, what the fuck is now? Some people go to college and that's their path for another 4 years, but then after they graduate, you still have to deal with that question. Okay, so what's next?
So like it was strange because like growing up, bro, like I didn't really have anybody to tell me like what's right and what's wrong. My mom, she tried her hardest, bro, but she was a single mother raising me, so she was a single
Shout
mother.
out Trevor's mom.
Yeah, shout out to my mom. And you know, it was like when until I was 13, that's when my stepdad came into play, but that was her boyfriend at the time, and we butt heads probably until I was honestly dogging 19. So we had serious issues just at the home environment. And to be real with you, bro, I found love in females. Right. So I was 13 years old. I had a 16-year-old girlfriend. I was with her for 3 years. She lived in Zion, where I used to live at. And I moved in with her, and I literally lived with her for like 3 years, bro. Yeah. And what's crazy was my mom, she like moved back to Antioch when it was like my freshman year, like 15. So, and I still was with my ex. Like we broke up when I was 16. So like when we officially had cut our ways, it was crazy because I went straight from her to this girl, Daniela, and she lived in Waukegan. So I lived with Daniela. So I was always trying to get a...
Yeah, go ahead.
Nah, shout out to Daniela, man. Yo, hey, Daniela Cruz, Danny Lips, she does lip injections, man. Super, super good at doing lip injections. She does really good work.
Absolutely. Shout out.
She's a super good person. She's my good friend.
Downright, she's just a good person.
She's downright. She's a good person, good businesswoman, man. Nothing bad to say about her at all.
Nothing.
She gave me a place to stay when I didn't really have one. And yeah, like I just always felt like I was running away from my fucking family, and like it was fucked up. And you know, it was weird because I think 2 days ago, I was a little bit sicker with a sinus infection, and I had this dream about me being at the table with my family, and my little sister was there. My sister Desiree, she's 17 now, and I have a 4-year-old sister and an 8-year-old brother. But my sister was at the table, but what's weird was she was like my younger sister Laurel's age, and she was looking at me, and I remember seeing her, and I was like, dude, I don't know what I said to her, bro, but I just, like, started crying. And I was like, you know, like, if you ever need anything, I'm here for you. And then I took, like, 3 scoops of NyQuil. So, like, when I woke up from that train, bro, I immediately was like, oh, fuck, I gotta get to my phone. And I, like, grabbed my phone and shit. And I was, like, 3 in the morning, and I texted her, like, dude, fucking up the messages and everything, like, trying to fix it. And she's, like, half asleep. And I was like, I just want you to know that I love you, because like I've been on my own for 3 years, bro, living. I mean, I had a duplex house, and then I had a luxury apartment, and now I bought my first home. And I've been on my own for 3 years now, and I have not been home. My family, and I live completely alone. I have, 2 cats. I have a Sphinx and a black cat. And dude, I sometimes miss my family, and as I look back in the days, like, I realized, like, how much I didn't have my family around, and I didn't really, because I was, like, misfit, and I was just full of rage and anger. Right. But that is not a bad thing. That made me into a tattoo artist.
Absolutely.
It made me into who I am, bro, and, like...
Every part of the journey is important.
Every part. You can't... The most successful people in this world have gone through tremendous amounts of pain, separation, and anxiety to be who they are. And, like, I honestly, like, dude, fuck, man. That's why I connect to people so well, bro. Like, one day, I'll have a client walk in my room, bro, and the motherfucker will walk in and he'll just be like, yeah, man, I'm a college kid, I'm in a fraternity, and I'm just trying to get a tattoo. Whatever. We vibe. We just talk to, like, oh, yeah, man, how's it going to college? Like, you like going out to parties, like, drinking, blah, blah, blah. Next day, I'll get a cop. He'll come in. He's been a police officer for 30 years. You know what I mean? He's getting his first tattoo. We're talking. I'm asking him, how do you feel like when you do your job? Do you feel like people don't like you a lot? Do you feel like you feel outcast? He's like, yeah, for sure. And he's like, like, sometimes, honestly, I don't really know if I picked the right profession. I've been doing this for so long, and, like, sometimes I honestly regret it. And it's true, dude. Like, I'm not going to say too much about it, but, dude, I have very, like, personal clients that I will not speak on. Like, I have clients that are therapists. EMTs, orthodontists, firefighters, nurses, to preschool teachers, high school teachers, you know, you name it, bro. Except for like surgeons, you know. I haven't talked to a surgeon yet. That'd be pretty fucking cool. But man, like, it's crazy, and you get to read these people's energy, and it's just like how we're sitting down in a room. I'm sitting down in a room, but not only are we just talking, but these people are vulnerable,
Right.
and not in a bad way, but in like you're trusting me with your body type of way, and it's kind of fucking crazy. Like, people will open up to you and they'll tell you shit that they will never tell anybody else. Like, you're doing a tattoo on somebody, bro, and they'll be like, they'll just start telling you, like, they'll be like, yeah, I mean, my mom, she passed away. And you're like, fuck, that's pretty deep. Like, when? They're like, a month ago. And then it, like, hits you and it makes you reflect. And you're like, when was the last time I went out to eat with my mom?
Right.
When was the last time I actually, like, showed my mom that I love her? And it, like, fucking hits. And you're like, fuck, man. Like, sometimes you just get so caught up in the paper chase, man, that you forget what's most important. And I feel like when we all reach the finish line, which we all will, you know, we're all gonna die. When we all reach that finish line, we're really gonna know what's important. And I feel like that's people in our life, bro. And like,
Absolutely.
that's the hardest part about I think life, dude, is that you let that shit just fucking slip out of your fucking fingers like it's fucking water, you know? And you forget it. And luckily, I work a job where you don't forget it a lot.
Right.
And it's a blessing. It's fucking great. And, you know, I wouldn't trade it for the world, bro, unless it was music. Because I love music just as well. But, dude, people are, that's all we got, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all we got.
I feel like in this new generation, sometimes communication amongst each other is lost. And thankfully, you and I and Mr. Still and Mr. G Money, we all work in in an environment where conversation and communication and talking with people and connecting with people is important. You know, we did this podcast because we wanted to connect with more people, and all these great conversations that we have on a daily basis, we want to share that with the world.
Yeah.
You know, I do music because sometimes, you know, when I'm making a project and I'm putting my all and my heart into it, I want to share that feeling because I know somebody feels that.
Yeah.
And to be a tattoo artist, that is, it has a weight to it, I feel, because obviously it's a permanent part, like you said, it's a permanent part of someone's body, and that's when you can connect with people in their vulnerable states.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful because it's art, you know, and as a lover of art and an admirer of art, it's great to hear that, like, people who do a different type of art, who are in a different discipline, feel the same sort of emotions that I feel when I'm laying down a track or when I'm here. Because this is what's really most important to me.
Yeah.
You know, like, honestly, sometimes the week is a blur to get to when we can record.
To the point.
You know? And that's beautiful that you're able to every day, daily, you know, put that special part, permanent, you know, design on someone.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, man. I feel like you hit it home. I feel like you hit it home, Trevor. You know, you lose sight of time and what really matters, and you know, you don't get that back. So, definitely.
You know what's crazy is, like, man, bro, like, I honestly, like, I don't give a fuck about a lot of shit, and, like, the only thing I really give a fuck about is, like putting, like, a sacrifice for myself for other people.
I feel that.
I'd rather make somebody else smile when I'm crying. And that's deep. And I don't give a fuck who want to judge that. But that's real. Because, like, honestly, dude, like, my pain, I'd rather have that be somebody else's happiness, bro.
I feel
And because I live through people and people live through me. Because all things come back around, bro. Mm-hmm. And I'm a very spiritual person. And, like, when I do tattoos, dog, like, I understand a lot of the times, bro, like, people are trusting me. And, like, that's super dope. And I'm not saying I'm a fucking heart surgeon, but it's really cool, man. And, like, especially when you change somebody's life. You know what I mean? Like, I've marked this man's body for his life, and I've given him my all, and I for sure will forever fucking give him my all with my art and make sure that he's fucking rocking the best fucking shit that he can as I'm growing and getting older. But, you know, as I see the tunnel, dude. It's like, dude, now, you know, I know you guys get into politics sometimes, man. It's like now the days that we live in, bro, it's like we've always, you know, it's like I think, honestly, COVID kind of made, not trying to get into it too much, but I think COVID kind of made people realize that death is always here. And I think that people were always ignoring that. And now that it's fully here, people are like, oh, a Cubs game? What the fuck is that? Like, not saying don't support the Cubs. You know, shout out to baseball, shout out to all sports and shit. Like, I support sports. But I'm just saying, like, people will waste their time and put their money into other people instead of putting it into themselves. And I think that's the problem with people. People don't appreciate themselves, and they'd rather watch somebody else do something that they want to do instead of them trying it. So that's the whole thing about TV shows and all that other shit. You'd rather sit in front of a TV show for fucking 6 hours straight, watch your favorite series, and wish that that was you. But in reality, you could do the same thing or even more. Absolutely. But you just never gave the fucking chance to yourself to try it. And that was the whole thing about being a tattoo artist. It's like being a tattoo artist is like being a fucking musician. Because at the end of the day, we're risking everything. We're risking everything. We're doing fucking art. I mean, it's not easy. You know, I'm not gonna say it's easy, bro. Like, you know, I have clients that I'm booked out months ahead, and I got clients, bro, that want custom pieces that mean so much to them, that's permanent on their body, that I have to design every night, and then go tattoo it the next day, and then do that for hours, and then go home and do it again, and then I have a whole other life outside of that, like, you know, and that's the life that I chose, because the most powerful people in this world are not sitting on their ass and doing jack shit. They're doing life. Absolutely. You either do life or life fucking uses you, bro. Like, it is what it is, man. Like, it's kind of like, it's all up to you, bro. Like, what is the glass half full or is it half empty? You let me know. You know, and in my eyes, bro, like, I can always be filling that motherfucker up, you know. Right. And the most important thing to me is, like, dude, I just want to see people fucking smile, bro. I don't give a fuck about anything else, bro. Because my ego definitely gets in the way, because I'm a fucking Gemini, okay? Sometimes. Gemini gang. Yeah, Gemini gang, bro. Like, dude, I have such a huge fucking ego sometimes that I get in my way, dude, so much. And, bro, I just have to remind myself, like, dude, you do this for people, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, we all, like, when you're a little kid, all right, you're raising a child. That child is dependent on you. Mm-hmm. Once you're grown up, you're an adult, so all of a sudden, what? Now you don't give a fuck about people? Nah, now you gotta pay your dues, bro. Because, you know, we all learned this shit as a kid. It's like from, it sounds so stupid, but from Disney Channel and everything, bro. Like, it all teaches us, like, The Lion King, everything. It sounds dumb, but, bro, like, it really teaches you, like, this, it really teaches you that what you do and what you say, how you make people feel really affects how you do. And, bro, like, law of attraction is huge. That's what I learned. Like, this motherfucker said some shit like law of attraction. It was like, all right, it was a wealthy person walking down the road, right? And it was this person, her cousin called her up and said, hey, I'm, like, super broke right now. I need some money. And she goes, you know, I don't really know if I need it right now. And instead of responding to her, she calls up her spiritual teacher, and her spiritual teacher says, so $100 for you is $1 for her. So I want you to give her $1,000 of $100 of like, you know what I mean? Like I want, or $10, sorry.
In comparison, right.
I want you to give her $10 of what you think $1,000 is, and I want you to give that to her. And then she goes, what? I will be broke. I can't spend that much money. There's no way. And then she goes, if you believe that what you give, you will receive, then give it and do it in a spiritual manner and know that you will receive it. And she gave this woman $1,000 instead of, the $10. Okay. Later that week, 2-3 weeks later, she received, I think, $5,000 or something. And I would listen to, and this is actually from Florence Scovel's shit. I would listen to this every single day. I never fucking believed it, bro. I promise you. And I would fucking not have any money, and I would give it to people. And fucking out of nowhere, dude, it was like, bro, I would not have shit, and then the next day I do a tattoo, and it's for $1,000. And I make $1,000 that day. I'm like, holy fucking shit, I just made like 3 times as much money as I just gave away to this person. And then the next day or whatever, like you do what you do, and then... Bro, it's crazy, man. Like, you learn these things, and, like, you can be a spiritual person or whatever, but honestly, bro, like, you get what you give.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You really do get what you give, dog.
I really appreciate everything you've been talking about. I really appreciate how powerful your words are. I really appreciate everything you've done for my life in particular. I appreciate everything that you're doing. We could talk about this all day, and we're going to end up talking about this in another podcast for another day as well. Thank you, Trevor. Thank you for being who you are, man. Thank you for everybody that you've helped. I know, I'm serious. And, I want to give you an opportunity to plug your social medias, so we're going to do that right now.
All right, so my Instagram is Trevor Blake 777 Tattoos, and my Facebook is Trevor Blake. My Snapchat is Trevor Blake 777. And then my email, where you can directly book appointments with me, is trevorblake777tattoos@gmail.com. I'm booking currently right now, as today. I don't know when this video is going to air. I'm booking
next
for
week.
Basically early July. So, and if you want to get a hold of me, you can also reach KenoshaTattooCompany.com, or you can reach any of those social media sites. And thank you guys so much for watching and hearing what I have to say.
Absolutely.
Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, hitting that like button especially.
Absolutely. Make sure to follow us on Spotify, listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Stitcher, and wherever else you get your podcast. We are everywhere, A Dose of Reality, and this is co-hosted by your very own Kid ISO and Mr. Blake Still.
Thank you for getting your weekly dose. Have a good day, guys.
You ain't getting in my section, only squad be in my session. Smoking chronic, I be stressing, I move smart with my investments. You can't sit inside my section, this is VIP. Don't you see the ropes around us, this is NSP. You ain't getting in my section, only squad be in my session. Smoking chronic, I be stressing, I be smart with my investments. You can't sit inside my section, this is VIP. Don't you see the ropes around us, bitch, we NSP. Only rockin' with the realest, y'all the MVPs. About to get back to the basics video.